I want to talk about Yellowjackets season 3 on Showtime. The first 2 episodes hit Showtime or Paramount Plus now. I'm not sure exactly, but they technically hit on Valentine's Day, so I think it was the Friday. But then the actual basically the official release was Sunday night with the first 2 episodes here. So in terms of my thoughts for this start of season 3, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I saw some comments about it, even because I was a couple days late on getting to the episodes. I was busy this weekend, but I saw some comments before I even watched them about, some people, just saying, what happened to this show? What is going on? And, before I watched the episodes, I'm like, no, it can't be that bad. Come on, guys. It can't be that bad. But I don't know. I'm not quite there, but I'm almost there, man. These first 2 episodes of season 3, I don't know. What is going on? Where is the mystery? Where is the intrigue? Where are the twists and the turns? I don't know. This even feels a little less, or a little maybe more lifeless than season 2 at times. And season 2 to me was a big step down from season 1, and though I think I did like season 2 better than some people, though, I will say, it was still in my, it was an honorable mention in my top TV shows that year, so I still enjoy a lot of the stuff about Yellowjackets, and a lot of that stuff was in season 2 still. But the start of this season, I mean, there's a few moments. There was actually a couple laugh out loud moments from these first couple episodes, which I loved. The one in the premiere about Jeff smoking tonic, I thought that was funny, and Misty with her alcohol problem. There's a couple moments there, and I think that was episode 2, where that was just the punchline there was just really well set up and just really funny. I was literally dying laughing about the Misty alcohol problem one. So that was good. So yeah, there's moments there. I really like what they're doing with Coach Ben and kind of setting him up to be maybe pretty much the villain, I would say, or the main antagonist of this season, it looks like, in the teenager timeline. So I really like what they're doing there, and then having Mari kind of now captured by Ben and them kind of together, maybe against the rest of the group, against the other girls, is interesting. But I don't know, especially in the adult timeline here, what are we doing? It's almost just turned to me, it almost feels kind of like a This Is Us, melodrama stuff going on. Honestly, where's the mystery? The second episode is Jeff goes out to dinner with Shauna to meet these clients for his business. It's what? When was that ever the show, right? When was that? Season 1 of Yellowjackets, the adult timeline, it was probably easily the strongest it's ever been in the show at times in season 1, and it's because there was a mystery with Adam and the whole blackmail story. There was something there. These first 2 episodes, there's basically nothing. I mean, really, the only thing I think is what, the Callie gets the tape, it looks like, at the in episode 2, or is it episode 1? She gets the tape, and it seems someone is around, and then we get the very end of the second episode is where, we're kind of hinting at the fact that another Yellowjackets from the teenager timeline, who we see at the end of episode 2, start making out with Shauna, which was a very interesting twist. It seems like she may be then coming back in the adult timeline, and maybe she's the one who planted that tape and gave it to Callie. So, but other than that, and that's just been very, lightly kind of sprinkled in just 2 or 3 scenes so far. And otherwise, it's just all of the, and Walter and Misty, you're having relationship trouble. I don't know. I'm just not sure where we're going, what we're doing here in season 3, and some of the writing. I mean, especially with Callie, I'm just not sure why they made her such a focus in season 2. That was easily my least favorite part of that season, and to me was some of the weakest stuff. And they're only expanding her role in season 3. It looks like she's the main focal point of the adult timeline, especially with Shauna's story. So yeah, not a fan of that, and some of the writing with that is just a little too on the nose to me, and just kind of weak. But the thing is, it's there's not even really a rational explanation for this stuff either, because Ashley Lyle, Bart Nickerson, and Jonathan Lisco wrote the first episode, the premiere episode, and it's like, I don't remember that writing, like this week of writing in the first season, and those are the guys, the creators, who wrote like what 4 or 5 episodes, like the majority of the episodes in season 1. So I don't understand, like. It would make sense, if like, they just did an overhaul of the writing team, and so now we're stuck with these, weaker writers, or maybe writers who weren't as familiar with these characters, and they've just come in and like, no, these are the same writers that created the show, that created these characters, and did a good job in season 1. And for some reason, it's just, I don't know, it's just missing. Now, again, there were some really great positives in this first couple episodes. Like I said, some really funny moments. I am intrigued about them, like hearing the forest and hearing the trees and this stuff. That is kind of interesting. But yeah, there's just, and I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of them abandoning the winter. Just right away going into this season. It does give a kind of a change of pace for sure, but I did like that in season 2. I felt like that was, the winter, the being in the wilderness and nothing to eat, no food. Like, it just felt a lot more desperate. Whereas this season, you just don't get that vibe anymore. So, I don't know. They do have a 5-season plan. After all, they've said that since the very beginning. So, but I'm kind of not seeing that. I guess that's the problem right now. Is okay, yes, they've had this 5-season plan, and all accounts, it seems like Showtime is going to give them that. I mean, I think this premiere was very successful as well. So, we're on track to get the 5 seasons. But, like, you planned 5 seasons, okay, well, like, let's see what material you have and what material you've thought of now for years. Let's see it play out. So, I don't know, maybe it's just the first 2 episodes, of course. I think there's 10 episodes this season. I think it's 10. I think 10 this season. They're back to 10 after just 9 last season. And by the way, still a mystery on what happened. I even noticed in one of the previously on clips leading into, I think, the premiere episode for this season, we saw a footage that we never actually saw in season 2, unless I'm wrong on that, but I'm almost positive that there was footage in that previously segment that we never saw in season 2, and there was kind of drama behind the scenes about Showtime, like literally just cutting an episode of the season, and there was rocky parts at the very end of last season because of that. So I think that, I'm not sure what happened there. I would still like to get a little bit more of an explanation on that, and perhaps this season will kind of piece together some of those threads as well. So anyways, with all that being said, I'm still going to watch the rest of it would have to go really off a cliff for me to just completely abandon the show, but I'm all in. I'm going to watch the rest of the season for sure, and I'm looking forward to the next episode nonetheless. I think it should be very interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out, and hopefully it can be at least better than season 2. I mean, we'll have to see. But anyways, those are just my thoughts on the first couple episodes of Yellowjackets season 3 that we've gotten so far.